Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Something Something with Eric Newman. I am him. We are live here at the Comedy Cellar studio. I have my first guest in a really long time, my first male guest ever. We got Eagle Witt, ladies and gentlemen, hilarious comedian, good buddy of mine, Eagle Witt. We're here today to talk about a very loaded topic that means a lot to me personally, that I've sort of explored, not in my own life, but with thoughts and ideas very thoroughly. We're going to talk about open relationships today. And before we start and get into Eagle's story, I want to say that I've had issues with open relationships for a long time. They have grown pretty strongly. And like I've said in previous episodes, I used to cheat. I do not. So on my side of the relationships, they were open. But I've addressed how shitty that was and that I'm very anti-cheating. And also I'm very against the idea of once a cheater, always a cheater. And also I'm against the idea of never a cheater, always never a cheater. Because I feel like you can just be, in a monogamous relationship or be very loyal to all your partners for a certain period of time and then get into a very long-term relationship and have a 10-year affair. And that happens all the time too. In some ways, I actually think you're better equipped to be faithful on a longer-term basis if you've already had. This definitely sounds like I'm trying to just pat myself on the back here, but I do believe there is truth to that if you've had a lot of experience being unfaithful, I do believe you may have better defense against infidelity down the road because you've already chosen to deal with it and have failed a lot, and failure leads to success and all that stuff. We'll get into this further. What do you think, Eagle?
As a person with extremely hot takes, that was one of the wildest takes I've ever heard. That was crazy.
But do you believe that
you have
there
to understand,
is
baby, I never cheat on you because I cheated on everybody else.
Right.
So I'm over it.
That is crazy. But psychologically, do you see where I'm coming from?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, cool. All right. But anyway, I just love how people talk about cheating. Like if you cheat once, that's what you are for the rest of your life.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you. Once a cheater, always a cheater is not true. And once a faithful person, always a faithful person is not true.
Not true. Right. So
because before I was a cheater, I was a faithful person, and then I cheated. Right. That's how cheating works.
And where do you stand now?
Everyone who cheats was faithful before they cheated. So once a faithful person, always a faithful person doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense either. But the other thing is, like, don't you think like women very often will just sort of put you into this category of you are a cheater? Like, right? Like the once a cheater, always a cheater thing. It's like you're hit with this title for a lifetime. It's like a lifetime sentence without
People do it
parole.
to girls too. People do it to women too.
Right.
It's stupid.
It's insane.
It's insane. Especially as you get older. You slow down as you get older.
Yeah, and you should slow down. And well, that's the other thing, dude. If you're doing...
Well, for men, I think women cheat more as they get older.
Right. Well, and that's oftentimes because more of them, I think, have stayed loyal and faithful and have maybe not examined as much risk or whatever. And then like later on in life, as they keep getting older and realize what they want, they do it more. Or they're bored or whatever.
Yeah, maybe bored.
Yeah. So this kind of leads into the idea of myself of being anti-open relationships. And I want to address this issue because this topic's very important to me, and I purposely delayed doing an episode about it because I wanted to find the right fit for it. It was one of those where I was like, I want to do it with someone. I don't know who it's going to be.
He knew it was me the whole time. Keep going.
The whole time in my heart, I knew it was going to be you. But I didn't want to bring on a guest who like just agrees with me blankly.
I disagree with everything Eric says.
Perfect. So that's why you're here. And but since we've discussed this in length in our regular lives, I thought to bring you on because you were in a very serious open relationship.
Yeah, I was engaged. So I was in a non-monogamous relationship from the beginning, from the inception of the relationship all the way through the breakup.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long was the relationship?
I don't know, close to 2 years probably.
Right. And it was actually less than that. You weren't keeping track, but I think it was like a year and a half, Eagle. But anyway, I put on a video on Instagram, which I really touched on open relationships. It got a good amount of traction, meaning a lot of people hated it. That's how you, right? And it went viral. And I guess enough people call you a piece of shit in the comment section, the more people get to see it and think you're a piece of shit. But I'm against the idea of open relationships, or as I like to call it, cheating on your partner in front of their face rather than behind their back. And like me, right? You're a big piece of shit. You cheated a bunch. And
I've cheated a lot in my life.
Before your open relationship, you were in a relationship with a girl that you had cheated on a bunch. Yes. And I remember you called me.
I mean, let's not just openly say that. I wouldn't say, listen, I have cheated in my life.
Eagle, we talking for real or what?
We're talking for real. I have cheated in my life prior to my open relationship.
Yeah, right. And I remember you one day, it was during the pandemic, okay? You and I were hanging out here at the cellar, and you were like, damn, she caught me.
She had caught me in DMs.
In DMs.
She had caught me in DMs.
Right. Fine. So Eagle's getting nervous. So I can tell Eagle's getting nervous. It's okay.
This feels like an interrogation room. This feels like an interrogation room.
Eagle.
There's nothing vulnerable about this room.
I've cheated plenty of times, but I'm just saying, like, the thing I want to also emphasize is it sucks being the person getting caught. Also,
well, people don't understand. That's worse than getting cheated on.
That's a hot take.
It's 100% worse.
That's a hot take. Hold on.
I've been cheated on. It's worse than getting cheated on.
I've never been cheated on, to my knowledge. However, I don't think you can categorize one as better or worse than the other. They're just different. There's different guilt.
No. One's worse.
Feelings.
One's worse.
Okay, give me your take of why you think
it's worse to get caught cheating because no one in your life supports you. When you get cheated on, right?
Yeah.
A breakup ensues. When you get caught cheating, a breakup ensues.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes for both, but overall, the relationship's dying now, right? Yeah. So heartbreak is coming if it's not arriving at that moment.
Right.
So both parties are heartbroken. The cheater and the cheatee. Both are heartbroken.
Both are heartbroken, yeah. And
by the difference is when you cheat, no one in your life cares about you. When you get cheated on, everyone in your life is like supportive of you. They embrace you. You need people when you're heartbroken. You have no one when you get caught cheating.
Because you're the perpetrator, right?
100%. They just go, what were you thinking? I don't know what to tell you.
And by the way, not only did you lose the person, right? They lost you, you lost them. Also, hurting someone you love fucking sucks.
100%. You feel so bad. You feel terrible.
Terrible.
Feel way worse than when you catch somebody cheating. Oh my God, I've caught somebody cheating. It hurt, but it didn't hurt like watching me break someone.
And it also leads to a place where you have to really internalize why you did it.
100%.
And it's almost like you're more aware of this like host of problems that you have now, like, and that you maybe weren't even that aware of, because once somebody in your life that you care about, like to that level, gets heartbroken because of something you did, you're left without her, without the support system.
Sure.
And only sort of trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me, why am I doing this, whatever. So like, I mean, that was the start of therapy for me, which I love, and I'm still my therapist.
There's a level of self-loathing that comes in when you get caught cheating that doesn't come in when you get cheated on.
Yeah.
You get cheated on, you just hate the person who cheated on you.
Right.
But when you cheat on someone and get caught, you hate yourself, which is
hold on.
A way different thing.
We also don't want to be insensitive to getting cheated on, because there is a sense of self,
it's terrible.
Of worthlessness and insecurity and all that comes with it, right? So that's but you're right, and I don't.
But you could place the blame. You could be like, well, they're a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And anybody in your life that would support you fully are people you hate anyway. Like, are people you don't respect, are people you think are pieces of shit anyway. Like, it's not like you're like relying on like
the couple people who are like, fuck it, man, you got to get that nut. You I don't want to fucking be like you.
Yeah,
why am I?
So the people who would be there for you are like, oh, they're there for like,
You start thinking you're them. You're like, am I this guy?
yeah, exactly.
He's like scratching his nuts while talking to you. You're like, I hope I'm not this guy. He's got stains on his sweats. And you are that guy.
Yeah, also. And by the way, there's a sense of there's also, and this is like maybe like more of a like understated part of getting caught after being the one who cheats, is your ego is bruised because you think like I thought I was slick enough, or I thought I was untouchable. I thought I could do whatever I wanted. Like there's that also.
You're like a psychopath.
I'm a psychopath. Yeah.
For me personally, my ego wasn't bruised, but I will say, I think I used to say this on stage. I used to feel like every time I've gotten caught cheating in my life, I remember thinking to myself like, have I not had enough practice?
Right.
Like I've cheated
I thought I got better
much.
Yeah.
How did I still get caught? Like, how have I not gotten better at the hiding part?
Yeah. 100%.
You never get better at the hiding part.
You never get better at the hiding part. But you know what, dude? I truly am in a place, and like, again, like, you know how I was. And I've got like 8 years on you. Are you 30?
Huh? I'm 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I just turned 21.
Did we fuck when you were underage?
This is crazy.
Anyway. This is crazy. Dude, what a nightmare for Kyle to have to edit this. Anyway, in most cases, though, you'd agree you're very sorry. No matter what, no matter how you truly felt about them, you are sorry that you hurt the person.
I feel an incredible amount of empathy for any ex I've ever hurt. Like
Yeah.
I feel so bad, and
Yeah.
like I understand if they hate me completely. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but I can't. You know how some people like they don't get it. I get it. I'm like, you know what? If you hate me, I get it. Really sorry I hurt that person, and I wish the best for them. I'm like, I really hope they get a great guy.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
But I think when you're a piece of shit, you always feel good about your exes. Like only good people hate their exes.
That's hilarious.
If you were the problem in the relationship, you're like, oh, I'm rooting for them.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like, well, I used to always say the last thing I'd ever want is to date a girl who had a boyfriend like me.
Oh,
You know, but by the way, even that I have objections with.
By the way,
at this point
all
in my
this
life.
is fictional. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
None of this is real. I'm just helping Eric out. I'm actually a great guy.
Again, I'm anti-cheating. I'm not defending the cheater, but I'm just saying that there's still consequence to have to deal with when you're the one who gets caught. And I talked to my girlfriend about this recently. We have very honest conversations about this. No matter what they do, people usually think they're doing the right thing to some degree, even if it's terribly horrible. Like they'll find the justification for it. So when I was like, I don't know how you felt about this, but for example, like when I was in my 8-year relationship with my ex, who was a wonderful person, who really wanted to move our relationship to the next level, I thought, well, if I just cheat and I like, whatever, and I explore these feelings of wanting other people, I will eventually get it out of my system and become the guy that is good for her and that will treat her well eventually. So I looked at it as like long-term game for short-term, whatever, like betrayal, let's say. So that was my justification. So even though like I wasn't fully bought into this, there was definitely a part of me that thought like, I just have to get it out of my system and I'll be the best boyfriend and best husband to her ever. And then I'll be a good partner eventually. And obviously it doesn't work that way. But there was a part of me that thought that I was doing something good for the longevity of the relationship, even if it was like the shitty thing right now.
This is what I came for the open relationship part of this. Where's the camera? And he set me up. He's over here talking about past relationships. I don't want to talk about past relationships. Let's talk about this non-monogamy shit.
So it's all the same world. It's all the same. And the reason why I'm talking about cheating so much is because I truly don't believe, like, there's cheating on your partner, there's betraying him or her behind his or her back, and then there's the one form of infidelity, which I consider to be open relationships. I do believe that's being unfaithful.
You think an open relationship is being unfaithful?
I think it's being unfaithful, and I think it's being unfaithful to yourself. I think it's being unfaithful to yourself.
Nothing you're saying makes sense.
Because no, we will. But to pair, let me get this point out first. To separate emotional love and trust from physical or sexual behavior is to pretend like these two things are completely exclusive of one another, which I do not believe
Eric,
in a
how many people have you
relationship they
slept with in
are.
your life?
I don't know, dude, a lot. But
were you in love with all these bitches?
No, but the ones that
they are exclusive. You can fuck without feelings.
What are
you liked every girl that you had sex with?
But feelings don't need to mean that I'm in love with the person. You can still have some level of there's reasons why people have sex with people.
Yes,
and
but physical attraction is not feelings.
Physical attraction is not feelings. But okay, let's take your example. Okay, let's take your example. This is how our friendship played out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Throughout the course of your open relationship with your ex.
Yes.
Okay. You started dating her.
Yes.
After you had been in a situation where you had cheated on her and then you guys broke up and then you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I know who I am. I'm going to want to fuck a lot of women all the time. Then the person that I'm with, who's my person, will need to understand that.
Okay.
You got into your relationship.
Yes.
I thought it was a terrible idea at first. I did, but obviously I don't want to vocalize that to you because I still
you did vocalize.
I did, but I hope I wasn't a dick about it. I hope
no, you weren't. You were not.
I hope I was just trying to do what I thought was best for you while still being supportive of you making your own decisions and whatever. Because I'm not going to be a fucking dick about it.
But I never take advice from white people. Continue.
That's a very good. That's a good. We'll do a spinoff episode on that alone. So my thing was like, okay, fine. Then somewhere overlapped was myself and my almost fiance breaking up. You remember that whole thing that I went through with that. And I remember you called me and you were in the middle of your relationship and you were like, see, dude, you got to be open. I'm telling you, we could talk to each other, we communicate, whatever. And even then in my most heartbroken mode or place, wherever I was emotionally fucked up at that point, I still somehow got it together enough to realize I disagreed with you.
See, I think this is the shittiest thing about me. It's not the cheating I've done.
Yeah.
It's the fact that when my friend was in a need of a friend to lean on, he needed like real, like a heart to heart. I'm heartbroken. All I could do was go, told you. Like, I wasn't there for you at all. I was just like, told you, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No, that's fine. But you know what though? I don't think you were being a terrible friend because I think you really thought that was the best thing.
I did. I thought maybe in his next relationship he'll do non-monogamy and that'll work out.
Right. And for a while it was working out for you. So the thing is like I kept thinking you were fooling yourself. This is a terrible idea. But that's not because of you. That's because I just don't see open relationships being conducive or sustaining in any type of long-term healthy way. But what I was proud of about you was the shift from I'm going to sneak behind my partner's back to I'm going to be honest about how I feel about shit. That shift on its own is a remarkable shift and shows a lot of progress as a human being and a lot of growth. So no matter what you're being honest about, no matter what you're being dishonest about, the shift to honesty,
let me tell you something.
Fucking great.
I had a video go viral.
Yeah.
On TikTok. In the comments, I get a comment that says, "Oh, look who it is. Eagle Witt, Mr. Slide in the DMs while engaged." This person did not know I was in a non-monogamous relationship. DMing her was completely legal.
Wow.
But because of her own hypeness to be angry, she's like, he's a piece of shit. No, I'm not a piece of shit. It was completely legal. But that is part of the trickiness of non-monogamy is not everyone knows what your situation is, so you can look like a piece of shit.
But here's the thing. Here's where my stance is on this, and I love that you brought that up, and that's hilarious because it's the other woman perspective. My issue is that you can still be completely 100% honest, but that doesn't mean that jealousy to a very high degree isn't going to fucking boil up. I mean, we are human beings with emotions.
You do get jealous in non-monogamy. 100%.
No, 100%. You get jealous of monogamy, you get jealous of non-monogamy.
Yeah.
Now, if it's the difference between, being in a non-monogamous relationship where you're honest about it versus a monogamous relationship where you're sneaking behind each other's backs, is which one's better? I honestly don't know. I guess no. From an honesty standpoint, sure, there's nothing
that makes it better. That's one thing that the other thing doesn't have.
Make it better, but you're still, dude. I think there's still. I
understand it's not perfect, but it's still better than the other thing.
Sure, but it's still way below either fucking
just being faithful one-on-one,
being faithful, or just being single,
or just being single. Being single is the best option. I'll be honest. My take on all of what we're saying right now, my take on everything we're saying, is not that non-monogamy is better than monogamy. It's not that monogamy is better than non-monogamy. It's that relationships suck. Like you were in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah,
you guys ended up breaking up.
Sure,
I was in a non-monogamous relationship. We ended up breaking up. It doesn't fucking matter how you do it. Relationships suck.
I know, dude, but sometimes the idea of just being disciplined is very appealing to me. Like,
sure,
just having the ability to be like to put all your priorities in a pile and decide this person. Here's what I know, dude. I know that if I go out there and slip up one time, that relationship, as far as I'm concerned, is done, whether she knows about it or not. And I truly believe that. I believe that because I think once you open that door, I think people who are in open relationships
I don't even know this, Eric. I feel like you've been saved. Like you got baptized or something.
That's not saving from that's if I get baptized, dude, something's gone terribly wrong. Yeah. By the way, I want to address the fact that I'm purely talking about straight couples. I mean, guys, like I said that thing about being anti-open relationship on Instagram, and I got like so many DMs of the gay guys threatening to unfollow me, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what it's fucking like. I know what it's like being a guy, so I can imagine two guys who haven't worked on themselves together are just going to be fucking everybody all the time. Do whatever you want, gay guys. I'm talking about a man and
why do you say who haven't worked on themselves? If there's so many successful gay marriages where niggas are they're fine as a human being and they want to fuck other dudes.
Sure, I understand. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about gay couples. Gay dudes could. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that is.
I really don't think there's that much of a difference between monogamy and non-monogamy when it comes to the success of relationships.
As far as statistics go,
what's the stats on it?
I don't. I actually have no idea.
Oh.
I would actually have to look that up. Should we look it up?
Let's look it up.
My whole issue with it is it seems like it's just I don't like this argument. And dude, you know I feel these feelings because you know me on a personal level and I'm not ashamed of them.
We've had a lot of sex.
We've tons of sex together. I don't like this notion of like, well, we're human beings. Human beings want to fuck. It's like I say about everything else. I've covered this on every other topic pretty much, and I've said this sentiment over and over. Things mean a lot to you by what you're willing to sacrifice for them. Therefore, stand-up comedy, which you've been doing for how long? 10 years?
11 now.
Okay. When I see you up there, it seems like I'm watching a 10-year guy. Listen, how many things have you had to sacrifice to create a successful stand-up career for yourself? How many things?
So much.
Money.
Sometimes I break up with girls because of
stand-up.
Yeah.
Money, female partnership, connection, whatever, right? Stability, health insurance, dental. The list can go on and on and on, right? Like there's so many things that you sacrifice for stand-up. So what does that do? Everything you've sacrificed, all of those things on the list and many, many more that I haven't said, only prove to yourself how important stand-up comedy is for you. So if we can't meet a partner, connect very deeply on an extremely deep emotional level with a partner, and close off sexually with other people, what makes your partner different than all the other fucking women that you're fucking? What, you just hang out with her a little bit more? She knows that you're fucking the other women? If sex isn't going to be something that separates your relationship.
You think all a relationship is sex?
No.
Do you think the majority of a relationship is sex?
No.
So then who cares what you're saying right now then? If
But
the
it's a
minority of
big
the
part
no,
of
it's
a
not.
Sex is not a big
It's
part
not
of
a big
any
part of a
relationship.
relationship. Not to me.
Sex
Sex is not a big part of the
relationship?
relationship. Not to me.
And okay, well, let me ask you a question. If you were in a long-term monogamous relationship where you weren't allowed to go outside of that relationship, you don't think sex would be important to you? More important because you know you have to close that door and the only way that you can actually get intimate is with your partner?
Sure.
Instead of like a million
But it'd
girls.
be important to me. It wouldn't be important to the health of the relationship.
How is sex not important to the health of a relationship? Sex is everything.
It's not the reason you're with somebody. It's not everything.
No.
You just said sex is everything.
It's not
That's a crazy
Hold on.
take.
It's not everything as an act alone, but it's everything that's encapsulated with the connection of the relationship. So, for example, when you
get with somebody, do they have to be good in bed?
For the first time, or
when
like,
you get in a relationship with someone, do they have to be someone who's good in bed?
I don't know what good in bed means.
Good in bed to you? You mean you don't know what good in bed means to
I'm
you?
I'm just saying though. You also can build.
Do you have to enjoy them in bed?
Yes, of course you do, Eagle. Of course you do.
But you don't. Not to me. I've gotten in relationships where I've been like, it's kind of mid, but I don't care because I like her as a person.
But Eagle, if you know that you can fuck a bunch of other women, you're sacrificing that for that. That's what I'm saying. Like
therefore you have a deeper bond because you're not getting with someone just based on the fact that they fuck you good.
Okay, but you're only getting with but you're still getting with them. You wouldn't be getting with them if you were closed because sex would be much more important. You prioritize it higher. So
and I don't think you should prioritize sex and love.
Well, then why would you be in an open relationship? Are you trying to find other options emotionally?
Bro, you're having sex with other people. But in your relationship, you're not prioritizing sex. You're not seeing her as a sex machine. You're seeing her as your friend. You're seeing her as your partner.
I understand, but you don't think there's any relationship between love and sex, Eagle?
Of course there is.
Right. So what I'm saying to you, if I told you right now, you are never allowed to sleep with another woman in your life, do you think there's a chance in fucking hell that you're going to choose a partner that you don't enjoy fucking?
No.
There you go.
This doesn't prove anything. You said there you go like it proves something.
I'm saying to you that I'm saying
yeah, that was crazy.
I'm saying to you that your feelings about how much you want to sleep with your partner aren't as important when you're in an open relationship.
Of course.
Because you're just picking and choosing what's really important to you.
But that's just sex, Eric.
Eagle, I understand. But sex at its deepest level is supposed to be a connection and a bond between two people. So to try to rid that out of the person that you're supposed to love and who's supposed to love you is fucking insane to me. To deprioritize it. Like that's the hypocrisy of it all. Is you're telling me, I'm not yelling at you about this, I'm just saying in general, a lot of people who try to argue who are pro open relationship are telling me, oh, well, relationships aren't all about sex. They're just about, whatever. It's like, okay, well, if it's not all about sex, why are you stepping outside the relationship? Well, are you trying to cheat emotionally? Sex,
But
unfortunately,
what you're
is a
saying makes
marker.
no sense, bro. If
How does
someone
it make no
says,
sense?
listen, if someone says relationships aren't all about sex,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't prioritize having sex with my partner, you go, so clearly it is all about sex. That doesn't make any sense, Eric.
I'm just saying, though.
They're literally saying, I care not about sex with my partner. That's why I don't prioritize just fucking my partner.
I understand, Eagle, but when you were with your ex,
Yes.
who you were in a relationship with, did you enjoy sleeping with her?
It was fine.
Okay. But don't you think, because I remember you called me about this, if I'm not mistaken, you called me one time and you're like, I don't really like sleeping with my ex that much. You remember this happen?
This is a crazy thing to put out there, but yeah.
Are you ever getting back with her?
I mean, I like to respect people a little
fine.
bit. You
But
know
we're
what I
not
mean?
saying her. We're not saying her name.
Smidge.
Okay, fine. Okay, here's the point. I remember you called me and you told me that you like were sleeping around or whatever, and your ex knew about it. And I think her one rule was nobody we both know. Right? I think it was. Didn't she have a rule like that? That was like no neighbors or nobody we.
There's a billion rules. That's the interesting thing. Is you think that it takes more discipline to be in a monogamous relationship, and it takes more communication, and you're completely wrong. Non-monogamy takes more communication and more discipline, because when you're in non-monogamy, there's way more rules. Monogamous relationships are simple. There's one rule. Don't fuck with anyone else. Non-monogamy,
Eagle.
there's like 4,000 rules.
I understand, but those rules are very particular and whatever
You know
specific.
how hard it is to pay attention to 40,000 specific little rules?
That's my whole point, is that open relationship people are trying to fool themselves into believing that, oh, we're just open. We're gonna be honest with one another about who we sleep with and anything like that. There's not gonna be any greed or any jealousy or any bad feelings about it.
No. You're putting ideas in people's mouths. No one says that.
I've heard the.
No. You're putting ideas in people's mouths.
I've heard that thought.
Well, those people are not me.
Okay.
My perspective on
Explain
non-monogamy,
to me how
jealousy does exist.
Okay, 100%.
It's a human feeling to
Sure.
be jealous.
Explain to me the advantages of being in an open relationship over a monogamous relationship. Explain to me the advantages.
You don't feel owned. You feel like you have autonomy over your own decisions.
Can't you argue you're in the wrong relationship if you don't feel that way? Just the wrong monogamous relationship?
No, every monogamous relationship, you don't have autonomy.
So how do you have autonomy if there's 4,000 rules?
You have more autonomy.
Why? There's only one rule in a monogamous. You just told me there's one rule in a monogamous relationship and 4,000 in a non-monogamous relationship. So why do you have more autonomy?
Because the big thing that is the rule in monogamy
Yeah.
is huge, Eric. It's using your body.
I get it, Eagle. But what I'm saying to you is that you called me and you said, oh, I'm sleeping around. And I said, has she slept with anyone? And you go, no, she just like made out with a couple people. And in my head, I said, the second this girl sleeps with somebody, the relationship is close to over. Why? Because she's getting, hold on. By the way, and I don't mean to make light of yours. My shit got fucked up too. So I'm not making light of yours. I know it was heartbroken. I was there with you. But I'm just saying,
I'm over it now.
I know, no, I get it. I'm just saying that she's getting all the emotional. She loves you, and I have no doubt that she loved you. She loved you. She was getting everything emotionally that she needed from you. You were fucking around when you were going on the road and doing whatever, okay? And she was taking her time with it more. Because as we know, can we agree that men and women view sex and relationships differently from one another on average?
Yes.
Fine. So with that theory going, she was like making out, kind of flirting, talking to a few people or whatever, and then had sex. And I remember I was on the treadmill at Equinox and you called me and you said that she had sex. And I know it bothered you a little bit because you wouldn't have called me if it didn't. So fine, no problem, as it should bother you. You love this woman. Obviously the idea of her sleeping with somebody else is going to have some impact on you, right? Some impact, right? So my whole thing was, if she got to the place as a woman where she was emotionally invested enough to fuck a man, she's already in her head 1 foot out the door with you. And that's how I know women to operate. And that's why I think that men probably can handle it better because, like you said, I think like men prioritize physical, like the physicality of sex a little bit more than women do. I think women, thank God they're not like us. I think women
women want to feel safe. because
feels
they are not in a power position during sex.
Right. And
so they want to feel safe. So they have to make sure that the suitor is someone who's not gonna do something bad to them.
Sure.
So
Now, what
that
if
takes more time to get to know the suitor, and by the time they get to know the suitor, there's a higher chance they like the suitor.
exactly? So then she sleeps with someone, and now all of a sudden she has these feelings about it because she was selective about her process, unlike you were.
That's not all women.
On a scale.
Sure, it's most.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But what if I told you? Just throwing this out here, that you just said a minute ago that women want to feel safe, right? And that's a huge priority, maybe the biggest priority for women. What if I told you that as a male partner who is in an open relationship with a woman, your stance on being open makes her feel unsafe?
See, here's where you're jumping to assumptions, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you may or may not remember this. It seems like you don't remember this. Both of us wanted to be open from the jump. That wasn't like I think the assumption whenever you're a heterosexual relationship and it's open is like, oh, the dude wanted to be open. No, both of us wanted to be open from jump. Both of us had never done it before.
Yeah.
Both of us wanted to be open because both of us had a history of cheating. So both of us were like, I don't believe in monogamy. Why are we going to do monogamy? We get to make the rules. We're grown-ups.
And what if I told you that she does believe in monogamy, but she just was unfulfilled with the partner she had in the past, and then said, I'm going to start over and just try this as a new thing? Eagle,
You're
it played
forcing
out.
Beliefs on people. Not everyone believes in monogamy, bro.
What does that mean?
It means people can have different beliefs than you, Eric.
I understand. I do not believe that anybody who believes that it is still it's still beneficial to them.
You can believe that they believe it.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is there are people.
There are people who believe that the Twin Towers should go down.
You're not getting
like,
what I'm saying.
yeah, obviously.
You're not getting what I'm saying. You're placing the belief. You go, if a person doesn't believe in monogamy, it's because they've never been fulfilled. That's fucking retarded, bro. Some people just don't believe in monogamy.
What does that mean? Now
you understand monogamy? It's a Western concept, bro.
Sure.
There's parts of the world that don't practice monogamy and thrive. That's a fact. You can Google that. So it's like, what do you have to say to that, Eric? Do these people just living a fantasy, but somehow it works?
How do you know it works?
Because, bro,
have you been in their households?
Every single person in that country breaks up. There's no successful relationship.
Well, Eagle. Now we're starting. Now this is a new concept of that. Just because you stay together, the relationship works. I mean, there are people who are fucking horrendously unhappy together.
This is bullshit.
How is it bullshit?
Bro, if you stay together, yes, the relationship factually worked. You can take your feelings aside. For a fact, the relationship worked. If you live till you die with the person, doesn't matter what bullshit y'all were going through, the relationship worked.
Okay, fine. If that's what we're gonna make the basis of what a successful relationship is,
we don't know if monogamous relationships are successful. We're not in them.
I'm not saying most of them don't work. Still, 50% of them.
What I'm saying, bro, and you're basing the 50% on breakups. So therefore, if relationships in cultures where monogamy is not a thing succeed with no breakup, technically they worked.
Sure.
So monogamy works. I mean, non-monogamy works.
I'd have to research these cultures. I don't know. I don't know these people. I have no idea. All I know is that listen, I'm coming up with these theories based on personal experience, okay?
But your personal experience is flawed, bro, because you've only been in monogamous relationships.
Okay.
I've been in both.
Eagle, I know, but I don't have to get into an open relationship to know that it stinks.
No, you do, Eric.
No, I don't.
You have experience with what you're talking about.
No, I don't, Eagle. Okay, Eagle. By the way, I'll tell you
That's
other
crazy thing to say. I don't have to experience something to know how it is. That's insane.
Let's go, Eagle. I've been around.
That's the most arrogant thing you could possibly say. In life.
Fine, I'm arrogant.
I don't have to read that sign. I know what it says. Okay. And then you run through the stop sign and die.
Eagle.
What are you talking about?
Eagle, I'm still a witness to behavior. I'm not fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go back to this.
I think they're equally as bad.
Let's go back to this notion that you said.
Bad. I think monogamy and non-monogamy is equally terrible.
Okay. let's go back to this notion of you clip that.
I fucking hate both relationships.
dude, I'm gonna use the little clip of clip that and just end every Eagle clip with clip that. Just on everything. Dude, we're gonna talk about how a really interesting point you made where like there's this misconception that a lot of men are just like, you know, come into relationships like trying to convince their woman that they want to be open because they know they want to fuck a lot or whatever. Huge misconception. And I'll tell you this, and there's a lot of different tones and a lot of different open relationships are made up and composed of many different dynamics and situations. For example, there was a girl who I knew who was in an open relation, we followed each other on Instagram, and she had pictures of her man.
It's a girl you slept with.
I didn't sleep with her.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is a guy.
She had pictures of her husband in every photo on Instagram. She started DMing me, whatever. She saw me at a show here. She started DMing me. Came to my apartment one night, like aggressively came to my apartment, and I kind of wanted to find out. I'm like more interested in like sort of finding out about the dynamics than just like sleeping with her.
Oh, you are gay. Continue.
I am gay. I'm gay. So clip that. So you're gay. Clip that.
Clip that.
But she told me that she got married 10 years ago. She started like flirting with a guy at work one day, and that she suggested to him that she wanted to be open, and he didn't want to, but sort of just went along with it because he didn't want to lose her. Because at that point, if a girl comes to you and says, and you were monogamous, and then she changes it on you and comes to you and says, hey, I want to open this up, that is the end of your relationship as a man. You are fucking done. Especially when it's the woman's idea, because like we said, women's emotions on average are more entangled with sexual partnership. Okay. So that relationship's done. He actually came to the show and he was like hanging around while I was like flirting with her and just like staying in the background or whatever. And by the way, this looks like a guy who cannot get laid. It looks like a guy who really has no female options. So what is he doing? I chose not to pursue it or whatever because I'm gay.
Yeah.
And because I felt weird about it. Like I really felt weird about it. It's like, look, I'd be happy to sleep with you if your husband or boyfriend don't know about it. I'm kidding. But not that I haven't done that in the past. I have. But now I on principle, I would never do that. But I felt weird about the whole thing. And I felt bad for him because I really felt like she was the one initiating it and he didn't want to lose her. And he felt like this was his only option. And as you know, I think we've been around enough to know that most guys, the mass majority, don't have many female options. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
So I think that when the woman initiates an open relationship, I'm not as sure about the beginning of it, but certainly over time, that relationship is over. Done.
No.
You don't think that relationship is over? Okay, go ahead. Explain to me how that relationship is not over.
I think you're putting a blanket statement.
On average, Eagle, there's always exceptions. I'm saying all my thoughts are on average. I can't say every single case.
But
obviously.
I think even when you say done, you're speaking hyperbolic. It's like literally done? I disagree.
But Eagle, what are we being honest with each other? Or are we just trying to stay with titles and relationships like,
I'm just saying you got to say
unfulfilled?
What you mean, Eric.
Sure. But a relationship is done whether it's actually done or not done. It's done if people are seeking
a relationship to me isn't done until it's done.
Fine. But you don't believe in the idea, the concept of people just like staying together when they both know they should really leave, but just stay together because they're too scared to leave or there's other outside pressures or whatever. Like, what's that? To me, that's done. Let me ask a question. Have you been in relationships where you
trying to have an emotional connection with you?
I don't really know, but like,
or did she just aggressively come to your apartment trying to grab dick? Because it sounds like you're based on your story. She wanted dick.
Maybe, Eagle.
Maybe. No, we don't do that. You were just saying I shouldn't do that. Why are you doing that? Did it seem like
because I'm going to seem misogynistic here by making a statement back to that when I say that a lot of the time when women know you and are trying to sleep with you, there is an emotional attachment involved with that situation.
But did she come to your apartment asking you your favorite color, or did she want dick?
Oh my God, Eagle. What does it fucking matter?
It matters.
What does it matter?
Because you're taking away the chance that she actually just wants other dick and doesn't want an emotional connection with someone who's not her husband.
I don't believe in it.
That's crazy.
I don't really fully believe in it. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on it.
We're just going to continue to disagree.
Let me ask a question. And be honest with me on this, okay? If you had to, I know you can't answer this clearly. Obviously, nobody can. But if you had to try to put a healthy percentage on the amount of women that you have been sexually involved with who wanted to date you or some level of like get to know you.
It's the majority, of course.
Okay. So then why is that any different than women who are trying to sleep around outside of their relationship? Why is it different?
In your head, you treat the majority like when I say majority, it means 98%.
Okay.
The way you're talking,
Give me a rough percentage. Give me a rough
but
percentage.
you're talking like it's almost a foregone conclusion.
Eagle, you say roughly 90% of women who have slept with you, 90%.
That's not what I said.
I'm just asking you. Have 90% of the women who have slept with you wanted something more than just fucking you?
No.
Or wouldn't be open to the possibility or whatever?
Most people who fuck someone would be open to the possibility. That has nothing to do with gender.
Oh my God. That's not true. There are so many men. You don't think men on average are fucking women more with ill intention than women are fucking men? You don't think that...
First of all, the concept of fucking someone while not wanting to be with them is not ill intention. That's crazy.
Okay. No, but don't you think a lot of men use women for sex?
Yes.
Okay. Don't you think way less women use men for sex? Way less?
Yes.
So why is it any different in an open relationship? Because you put a title on it and you call it this?
Eric,
Why?
Eric.
Yeah.
This is the problem, right?
Yeah, what's the problem?
The problem is I'm a little bit on board with you. But you want me...
So why can't you fucking say that?
This is the problem. You want me to be fully on board with you.
I'm just asking you why you can't say that.
No. I've been saying that
okay.
I'm a little bit on board with you.
Okay. What is
Rewind the tapes? I'm kind of...
Tell me which parts you agree with. We know the parts you disagree with.
You
tell me the
speak in a way
yeah.
where it's almost a guarantee every time a woman wants to step out on her man that she has no more feelings for him and she's ready to move on.
I didn't say no more feelings.
Well,
she may love him. She may whatever.
That she's, 1 foot out the door. And it's not almost a guarantee. That's where I'm disagreeing with you. It's not that I don't agree with you that it is the majority of the time, but there's a big difference between majority and like 90%. Majority can be 51%. That's majority. Depends on the girl. I really don't think it's like every time a girl wants to sleep around.
I never said every time. I just said that I think the majority, vast majority of women that are initiating open relationship are eventually looking.
I realize what the problem is here.
What's the problem? Go ahead.
I figured it out. I don't know why it took me so long.
Go ahead.
Talking to the camera. Eric likes virgin-esque type of girls. Like Eric likes ladies. This is a fact. Do you not?
Not virgin-esque.
But do you not? If a girl has more than 10 bodies, don't you feel some type of way? Don't you go like, I don't know if I'd be with you?
No, I don't think, dude, I think the average girl has more than 10 bodies.
Okay, so what's the body count where you go, I can't deal with it?
I don't know. It's the situation. I think, I don't want to get into body count right now, dude. But
Am I saying something crazy? Do you not like innocent girls?
Well, first of all, the last 3 girls I've had have been over 10 bodies.
Okay.
The last 3 girls. 20? No.
Point proven. This is a grown-ass man who has not cuffed a girl with more than 20 bodies. Now, this is what
But it's not that I wouldn't.
But this is what I'm trying to explain, though. Your type is chicks that aren't sexually promiscuous. They're not sexually open with themselves. They don't understand themselves sexually.
Sure.
Right?
But I think I understand myself sexually.
But you're basing everything you're saying off of women who are not explorative sexually. So you don't actually know what the fuck you're talking about.
Who are the women who explore sexually? I went to public school in New York City.
Who just fuck a lot, nigga. And to them, they're like, whatever, dog, I fuck. It's not that big of a deal. Of course, if you're talking to a girl who has 12 bodies at the age of 35, she's gonna, if she steps out, she's in love with a nigga. But if you talk to a girl who's got 50 bodies, if she steps out, she might just be stepping out. That's a good point. I ate you up just now, bro. You came in front. You froze, nigga. You know that was a good point.
Bro, it doesn't mean it's still... Hold on, first of all...
Flip it.
Hold on.
You know that was a good point.
I'm not saying that wasn't a good point. I agree with you a little bit. I'm just saying to you that just because you fuck doesn't change where your emotion and your feelings come from.
It 100%
you just become more numb to the shit, bro.
Exactly. You're numb, so it does change your feelings.
Sure, but it doesn't mean that deep down anything's different. It just means that you've chosen to put a shield up and just go, no, I'm gonna fuck.
But hear me out.
Yes.
If you are a person who's had sex a lot,
sure,
sex
which I have,
less meaningful.
Yeah.
So therefore, when you cheat, it's less likely that it's for a reason that has to do with feelings because you don't need the meaning behind the sex.
Are you saying when you have sex with other people, you're saying?
I'm saying every human being, girl or guy, the more sex they have, the more likely it is when they cheat It's not something that involves feelings.
I do not understand what the sanctity or the point of a relationship is if you are not going to be monogamous. If you're not going to sacrifice.
You can't just run over my point by restating your premise of the whole podcast.
Go ahead.
Yes, Eric,
I'll respond back. I'll respond back to your point. I'll respond back to your point. Go ahead.
That was my point.
Say it one more time.
My point is, the more sex you have in life,
yeah.
the more likely it is when you cheat, you're not cheating with feelings.
You're supposed to already have somebody that fulfills you in every way. So why would you? If you're supposed to have, if you're picking a partner,
I think you just disregarded everything.
I didn't. I'm addressing your exact point where you're saying the more sex you have when you step outside of the relationship is going to be meaningless because you've had so much sex already. And I'm saying it doesn't matter how much sex you have. If you choose a partner, it still should mean enough to you to not step out and have meaningless sex with other people.
I can agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But you're still sidestepping my point. You're arguing a different thing.
Okay.
What I'm arguing to you is when you say things like high chance if a woman steps out, she's feelings, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You're thinking of innocent bitches. There are girls out here that's getting dick. And then when they step out, they're like, what? It's just another Tuesday. I'm getting some dick. They are coming right back to their man. They love their man. They treat sex the way we treat sex. It's like, whatever, they got like dick. That's a thing.
Sure. I know that exists, Eagle. But I'm saying in the mass majority, it does not exist. The mass majority.
Who's to say?
Not you.
Not you either.
Me more because it's my fucking podcast.
What we're talking about.
Okay, dude. I don't know fucking anything in this world, but I'm just fucking trying to report what I think I do know. That's all. All right? What the fuck do you want me to do, bro? None of this shit is factual.
Eric is too romantic for me. If Eric was happily married with kids and he had a white picket fence, I'd let him talk this shit to me. But Eric has been through more than enough failed relationships. He's been just as many failed relationships as I have.
100%.
So therefore, I don't think he has a ground to stand on. I think we are on even footing. If anything, I have more footing than you because I've actually been in a non-monogamous relationship.
Hold on. Even if I go my entire life single, you don't think I still can have an opinion on whether I think a relationship?
It, but it doesn't make it right. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
Of course, Eagle. What do you think this is? These are not facts, historical facts.
And that's why I'm telling you you're wrong.
No, you're fucking wrong.
If it was a fact, I wouldn't tell you you're wrong.
It happened to you. The whole thing I said that played out in your world alone.
Bro, but just because something happens doesn't mean that's the rule.
I'm just saying I think in most cases that would be the rule.
We also don't even know if that's what happened. We don't. We can assume. We don't know.
Checks out to me.
Of course. Me too. But we don't know. Eric.
Eagle, I get it. Nobody really knows anything. You want to get into that fucking talk?
Yes.
As an act alone, do you agree that men put a higher placement of value on sex than women do on average? As a physical act by itself.
I mean, you're wording this weird, so I hope that people understand that you're saying like we like sex more, like we value sex.
Prioritize sex more than women do.
We prioritize sex more than women.
Right.
But they put a higher value on sex.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I just meant as a physical act, we value it more. Just like to nut, like just to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, as close to factual as possible is that men want to fuck more, right?
Seems like it. People will try to argue we don't, but that's crazy.
Right, that's insane.
We want to fuck more.
Right, we want to fuck more. So
we love to fuck.
How does that play? And most men can't fuck.
Yes.
So how does that? And most women can.
Yeah.
Right. So
how? All women.
All women can.
I think all women could walk outside at any moment
and fuck.
Dick.
And not all men can.
Yes.
Okay. Most men can't. Okay. So let me ask this question: how does that has to play into the open relationship somewhere? Right? There has to be some relationship between those two theories and being in a non-monogamous relationship.
I will say, if you're a regular guy, being in a heterosexual open relationship, if you're comparing who's gonna fuck more, she's gonna beat you.
Of course she's gonna beat you.
She's gonna beat you.
But let me ask you a question, Eagle. Let's say you were
I take that back. I take it back. Take it back.
Depends. No, if you're a rare guy, maybe you'll beat her, but
even
most
if you're
men
a regular
won't.
Guy, because some women take more to have sex with a person.
Sure, but I'm just saying, if they wanted to,
if the
wanted desire
to,
was there,
fuck way more people than you.
That's my whole point. But if you got into a monogamous relationship and 6 months down the line, the girl comes to you and says, I want to open this up. Okay? How would you react?
You know what my girl says to me?
What?
My girl says, you could fuck anyone, just not a white girl.
It's very relatable.
You imagine your girl
That's
said
hilarious. Dude, that's hilarious.
I'm serious. He says that to me.
And I
Hilarious.
guarantee you, you can fuck a non-white girl that would get her to fucking break her rule. Get her to go, you fucking Dominican girl that's beautiful, that she's jealous of for whatever reason, because, you know, they have an asset she doesn't, or whatever it was. The female jealousy thing is very real, right? Human jealousy is, but specifically within, you know, like woman to woman, she can change her stance at any time based on what her feelings are. And that's why I think the whole thing is just a losing game. I don't think, because at least with monogamous, it's door open or door closed. Like monogamous relationship, you're either open or, you know.
My problem is with monogamy. I think this is a big problem for me with monogamy.
Yeah.
When you're in the talking phase, I'm talking about before exclusivity, just talking phase. You're fucking that person. You're fucking other people. She's fucking other people maybe. You guys are getting to know each other. You guys like each other. Everything's great. Everything's awesome. It's perfect.
Yeah.
A title comes. Now there's monogamy. Now everything changes.
Yeah.
There's jealousy. Now there's questions. Now there's feelings of less than, insecurity, all these complex feelings that, honestly, if you would have just kept on the same pattern you were when you guys were talking, you can still throw a title, but keep it the exact same rules you were talking, nothing changes. The honeymoon phase can last and be reignited over and over again because nothing has changed.
Even though you're keeping the door open for other honeymoon phases simultaneously?
That's insecurity speaking.
What do you mean insecurity, Eagle? If you start talking to people,
it's insecurity speaking. If you have confidence that you are the person for your partner and you're not leaning on the idea of owning them and restricting them, then you're just like, whatever, go out there. Good luck finding somebody better. And if they find somebody better, that's not the partner for you. To me, my problem with monogamy is like, when you do monogamy, you're telling a person, don't go out there because I'm scared there's somebody better for you. And when it's the truth.
So instead you're saying, go out there and try to find somebody else better for you.
Thing. If they're better for you, then I wasn't supposed to be with you. I'm not trying to change somebody in because I think I want them. I want to change somebody in because I'm supposed to be with them.
Have you ever heard of the Mark Manson, who's one of my favorite authors?
Ending, but continue.
No. I got it. Mark Manson, one of my favorite authors. Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. He's a genius. He always says fulfillment is not about wanting more. It's about being content with less. So you could spend your whole life looking for. You could spend your whole life fucking every audience member. You think that's going to bring you any amount of real fulfillment or connection? Do you?
No, but if you're looking for fulfillment in your partner, you are already in a toxic relationship.
I understand, but I'm just saying.
What do you mean you understand? You don't understand. What you just said that you should find fulfillment in a monogamous relationship. You shouldn't. That's toxic.
Eagle.
You should find fulfillment in yourself, maybe in your art, maybe in your hobbies. But if you find fulfillment in your partner, which is what you are saying, nigga, that's unhealthy.
Eagle, you don't think that when you and I went to the Rio and we spent a week there together and you were fucking her and getting head from her and going around trying to fuck every woman on that pool deck, you don't think that there was something unhinged about that behavior or something that was like unfulfilled?
Of course, but two wrongs don't make it right. You're disregarding that when you are looking for fulfillment in a relationship, you've already failed. So it doesn't matter if being non-monogamous is not fulfillment.
You could find fulfillment. You're fulfilled yourself. A person is fulfilled themselves. You come together and grow it and make it bigger.
Exactly, but you can be fulfilled fucking other people and come together.
I just like, to what end?
Endless. That's life. That's why there's billions of people on Earth, bro. So we don't fuck one person. You think God put billions of us here so we could fuck one person? That's absurd, nigga.
I understand.
Exactly. You do understand.
You know what I've seen though?
Checkmate, baby.
You know what I've seen? They actually say low and emotionally intelligent people care about winning a lot. So
that's me. Checkmate, baby.
Clip it.
What's your favorite player ever, Kobe? How dare you?
I know. I love Kobe. I'll run you through a quick scenario. Here's another example of an open relationship that I've sort of just witnessed and been privy to. So this couple that my boy's friend growing up, he got married in college to this woman. They spent 20 years together, monogamous relationship, had kids, the whole thing. One day, their neighbors propositioned them. You know, in these suburban towns, they're all
Swinger
fucking
shit,
each
yeah.
other. Swingers have tried to get them to both fuck each other. At first, they were like, no, resistant. Then they finally gave in. They ended up having sex with the two neighbors or whatever. Then they opened it up completely. Then they started dating other people. The woman, she had a boyfriend. He had a girlfriend. Obviously got divorced, which by my theory would have happened no matter what eventually. And then the woman who was the other woman, the side girl, became his main girlfriend and then started getting so jealous because of the other side girls. So now her jealousy sort of ramps up because at first she was the girl who was like the naughty girl on the side, and now she's the main woman, and now he's going for other one but that was all negotiated prior. They weren't keeping secrets from one another. They said, "Oh, this is the deal. Like we're open still." And she couldn't handle it. So now again, I know it's a person to person thing. I'm just saying though, every scenario I try to draw out on a long-term basis, like to me, like let's say 50% of marriages, by your definition of success or failure, by your definition of failure, end in divorce, I would put open relationships at a much lower level of success.
I'll say this. If you open up your relationship
Yeah.
and you guys end up breaking up,
Yeah.
you guys were not the right people for each other.
Okay.
That's it.
Can you show me an example?
I can't show you an example of an open, but I will say this.
Yeah.
My childhood best friend.
Yeah.
He's married, happily married, with kids. The girl he's married to, they've been on and off since third grade. Third grade, bro. I remember in like freshman year of high school, seeing her at a rolling rink and being like, damn, she's fine. And they weren't together at the time. And my best friend goes, go ahead, go talk to her. And I go, nah, nigga, y'all gonna get married one day. Because I knew it. I just fucking knew it. I was like, they're gonna end up getting married. I can't do that. Sure enough, they ended up getting married. In between time of all the times that they moved to different schools and things like that, they had sex with other people. They had deep relationships with other people. And at the end of the day, they found each other again. Because them niggas is meant to be together. That is synonymous with an
Are they open or closed? Were they ever open?
They weren't open.
Are they open now?
No, they're closed.
Okay.
Wait, hear me out. They still behaved in the sense of openness because during the times where they had to break up because they moved schools, they were with other people.
Yeah.
So if the person is meant to be your person, they'll be your fucking person.
I understand, but that's different. Also, they were very young, dude.
Oh my God, the caveats, the
I think we have to do another episode at some point.
we do. Eric's wrong, you guys.
But
That's what matters.
Eagle was embarrassed to say that he completely agreed with me 100% on camera. But
I disagree.
but
with
he
Eric.
did, and thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Something with Eric Newman. This is the open relationships episode. Hope you enjoy it.
Get in an open relationship, try it out.
My man Eagle Witt, and gays, do your thing. But if you're straight, never get an open relationship.
If you're straight, you should definitely get in an open relationship.
Only
Hey,
gays,
love you.
guys. Only gays. Check out my boy Eagle Witt. I love you guys. Live from the Comedy Cellar. I'm Eric Newman. Peace.